Hello, beautiful. You are listening to Africana Woman podcast. Chulu is my name. I am a writer, personal brand consultant, entrepreneur, and mentor. Having recently celebrated the 100th episode, we had some great conversations on Instagram Live that I wanted to make sure you heard. Not only to learn about the amazing female-led businesses, but also to get more insight into what Africana Woman can offer you outside of the podcast. So this is a conversation with Yuna from Emotional and Mental Justice. She has been part of Africana Woman in so many programs. You gotta love her. Enjoy.
Hello, you look fabulous, darling. Fabulous.
Girl, I came ready. Like, hello.
Oh, I love it. So how are you?
No way. There's no way I will not be looking glamorous. And I brought my juice because, we do juice. So I put it in my wine glass.
Okay. I like it. I've actually just had mine. I've had it for the call. But hey, it's so good.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you? How's life? How's everything? I'm so happy to be here. So excited to celebrate this with you and have this giveaway.
I know. Oh my goodness. How am I? So first of all, Mapalo had me crying like 5 minutes before the call.
Okay. What about?
Let me just give everybody else some context. So hello, everybody in the audience, everyone who is watching. Hello. We're so excited you are here. And, so my name is, I was about to say my name is Yuna. My name is Chulu. I am the host of Africana Woman with Chulu podcast. And of course, our beautiful guest today is Yuna, who is from Emotional and Mental Justice. So she is a podcast host. She is a therapist. Like, she's just amazing. She's just full of amazingness. So, in the Africana Woman community, we have a book club. And in the book club today, I put out a call and I said, guys, I feel like we should share some wins today, right? And I said, oh, Mapalo, you should start. And then she started, but let me just read what she wrote. It was so beautiful. I was just like, oh my God, I cannot be starting crying. I cannot stop crying. Okay, so she shared her wins, which are simply amazing, like amazing. She had 3 really huge wins this week. And she talks about one of the books that we had, which is in the book, Believe It by Jamie Kern. She said that as women, we need to learn to share our wins with each other. She stated how for the longest time, women have been made to feel like sharing our wins seems arrogant and boastful. And I'm glad that Chulu has opened up this discussion so that we can celebrate each other's achievements. I was just like, I can't do this. I was like crying before.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
But anyway. Yeah, so it's just really nice. I love celebrating women, and of course the podcast is about celebrating women, right? So, but okay, let's go back. Like, you and I, we've known each other now, I would think about maybe 2.5 years.
Yeah, something like that.
About? Yeah. And we met through Muma. And I think it was something like this, a panel conversation. And then you were talking about therapy. I think it was around mental health, like the month with it's Mental Health Awareness Month, right? Yeah. So we met through that. Right. And then I interviewed you, I think, on something like this. And then you also interviewed me. So Yuna was one of the first people to interview me, guys. Please go check out that interview on YouTube. Lord, I was just so nervous. I was just like, oh, gosh. But I've come away.
What a pleasure. What a pleasure that was.
Thank you. And then we've kind of just stayed in each other's world and spaces and just continue to grow together. And like right now, she's like my sister. She's in my sister circle. Absolutely love this woman. And we actually got to meet this year in person because I'm in Zambia. Yuna's in the UK, and she came to back home to Zambia. So we got to meet in person and we got to hug each other, which was amazing. So I was just like, so good, so good, so good. So yeah.
You're making me emotional. You're making me emotional. Like, honestly, you know what? It should all be about, it has been a sisterhood. It's been a sisterhood. So yeah, I mean, woo, it's been good. It's been, yeah. You are my sister.
Aww. Okay, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you first. Today we're here to give an amazing giveaway. And this is on the road to 100 episodes, okay? And Yuna has offered 1 hour of therapy. So we're excited that we can give this away because we'll talk about it as we go along. So Yuna, first of all, tell me about how did emotional and mental justice come about?
Okay, so emotional and mental justice actually just came as like one time me laying in bed thinking about the stuff that I'm passionate about, the stuff that I do. I've always been the person that empowers people to live their best lives, to love themselves, to grow, to really analyze what they're going through. And it just came naturally. And obviously I'm a counselor and psychotherapist, and I thought, I want to share with people. And I noticed the more I speak about things to people, the more they open up. And I think people just need a safe space to speak, to open up. So, you know, much like what you do, making a space and creating a space for people. And then I thought, oh my goodness, podcasting, that's it. And then I just started to get ideas together and decided to start a podcast. So yeah, that's my passion. I think just allowing people to find themselves and help themselves live the best life they can and be happy.
Yeah. So why therapy though? Like if you're looking at all the careers that you can do, what drew you to therapy?
You know, I've been through my own stuff in life. I mean, it could take forever. People think therapists are these people that are like, have it all together. Perhaps I do now in comparison to where I was, but there's always room for growth. So with therapy, myself coming from an African background, there's these whole stigmas and taboos about, therapy, can it really help you and all that stuff. But I ventured into it and I just felt I needed to talk to somebody. I bottled up so many things for so long. The minute I started talking, I thought, oh, okay. And then I somehow just thought, what could I do? Again, thinking about a career path of how I can help people. I then stumbled across counseling, therapy. So when I started out with that journey, I was still quite closed off, thinking, it's therapy. Is it real? Am I really going to be helped? But the amount of growth that I got from that, the amount of healing, the amount of work I did on myself, and I got to a place where I truly believe in therapy and the fact that there's so much you can gain from therapy. And I wanted to share that with other people and be able to help them. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, great. So do you have specific type of clients that you deal with, or is it, you talk to anybody?
Okay, so I'm integratively trained, so I have different types of modalities and different things I focus on. So within all my years of training and things like that, I've ventured into specializing into different things like bereavement. I do child therapy, but I tend to end relationships as well, whether it's romantic relationships or family relationships or friends or whatever else. So really anything that people want to talk about that's causing them issues with, whether it's stress, anxiety, just life in general. I do work in different ways, whether it's psychodynamic or person-centered ways, in order to fit what the client needs. So I'm quite versatilely trained. Is that a word? Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, earlier you mentioned that, coming from an African background, right, then there's all these different types of stereotypes. Now, over the time that you've been a therapist, have you noticed a change in terms of, the African community's attitude towards therapy?
To be honest, I think it's only in this last year I'm really noticing some real changes. I feel that even when I was training, there was only like 2 of us that were African. And we both came with a kind of, thought of Africans and therapists, but we both said we wouldn't seek out a Black therapist because another Black therapist potentially won't believe in us. And we thought this whole stigma would clash when you have another Black therapist. But then I'm the type of person, if somebody has an issue, I'll ask. I want to get to the bottom of it. Why do you feel that way? So having spoken to loads of Africans over time, it is just a matter of they want to speak, but they don't want anyone else to know that they're doing that. And when I say I found a change in the last year, it's more about the fact that we're learning more about it and everybody's understanding it better and everyone's a bit more open. They've seen other people also going for therapy, and there are these groups I've come across for mental health, and the more we're speaking about it, the more people are open. And I've definitely brushed aside those things of I wouldn't seek a Black therapist. I just feel like we're humans. When you get to a place of emotional healing and understanding each other, then, it's great. Anyone can be your therapist.
Okay, that's interesting because I think I've had conversations where people feel more comfortable to talk to somebody who sort of has the same cultural background, right? Because then they feel like, okay, if you're talking to somebody who's not from the same culture, then you have to always be explaining like, oh, in our community or in our culture, this and this is normal and things like that. But when you're able to talk to somebody who already knows, like, what happens in the community, then it's easier. So that's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, I mean, you raise a good point.
That's an interesting.
You raise a good point because I do agree with that to an extent. I think for me, the type of therapist I am as well, I make it a point to learn about different communities, different cultures, because I know that I have different types of clients. But certainly I've also found, not just for myself, but for people I work with, or even just in life, when you relate to somebody else, if they can understand you a little bit, you gravitate towards them. If they understand your culture, so if you can have that person that is a great therapist, plus they can understand your culture, it's a win-win. But then I think with therapists in general, it's important for them, or for us, of the same culture, they could find someone that can relate to them.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So, Yuna, I want to find out from you, what parts of Africana Woman you been part of, have participated in, and what was your experience like?
Like you said at the beginning, with the introduction, it's been a journey, hasn't it, with us? And I feel like I'm always seeking out things that Africana Woman is doing. I'm always looking out for what's Julie doing next, and what has she got going on? What products can I gain from, and what advice can I take from her? What workshops can I join? And I think one of the earliest things I did with you was Good Morning Beautiful. So if you remember that, I did a Good Morning Beautiful. I'm sure you'd explain it better, but it was just a very rich and powerful kind of workshop, sisterhood, where some women got together. And I grew so much from that in itself, and I knew I had to stick with Africana Woman. And I think since then I'm part of the book club. I've come to some workshops about all the different. There's just so much I've done with Africana Woman, and you know what? I'm gonna stay following Africana Woman because there's so much to gain from there. And the good thing about Africana Woman, you're always bringing in something new. And even if you repeat something, there's a new spin to it, or there's new growth that can be gained from it. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So the Good Morning Beautiful was a reflection. I think it was like a 10-day reflection. Hi, Joy. How are you? So Good Morning Beautiful was, it was a reflection workshop where I wouldn't even call it like a workshop, but we were doing every morning you get a message and it said, Good Morning Beautiful. And you'd have a reflection, some prompts and some journaling prompts. And yeah, I really, really love that exercise and that program. I have to do that one again. That one is so much fun. You have to do that again. And then,
and sorry, can I just say something as well? With Good Morning Beautiful, I mean, I feel like you've minimized it a bit by saying, oh, just a good morning message. It was the attention to detail. It's every time a message came, you were able to draw from the previous messages, the previous reflections and everything else. And it's the attention to everybody's issue or everybody's life that you were able to bring in. and really feel like make the women in there, including myself, feel like, oh wow, we've been heard, we've been listened to, and we can truly reflect on what's been said and what's been shared. So yeah.
Aw, I love that. Thank you. And then, of course, there's the book club, and you led the last review that we did. I think we're reading Yinka. Where is your husband?
Where is your husband?
your husband. And I love the book club. Just talk a little bit about the book club.
The book club is great. I mean, I was quite late to join the book club, actually. And before I joined the book club, I thought, and I had a little bit of a negative experience about book clubs just from a movie I saw. It's a silly story you don't want to hear. But I had a negative experience or negative thought about book clubs. But then I joined this book club, and I joined on this amazing book. Everyone, go and read the book. It's just a good book. It really relates to African women, perhaps that are single or seeking love, and just want to grow. And then I led that book club, and it was amazing. So I have a different perspective on book clubs. We were really, again, just a sisterhood that came together to discuss and talk about what the book brought up for us. I loved it. I get passionate when I talk about Africana Woman.
And then, of course, so we had a Facebook group, which is now closed, but we used to have pop-up masterclasses, and you used to come through quite often for the masterclasses. I can't even think of, let's say, which one do you remember?
Oh, my goodness.
Which one stood out?
There was actually one workshop that Muma did about money. You know, so everything is not necessarily, she did one about, was it savings or money? I can't remember the title. But yeah, there's been so many. But that one, again, Africana Woman is not just about women and growth. It's also learning. Like, there's so many different things in your workshops that are nothing to necessarily do with women per se. But that was a good one for me. I'm not one for knowing exactly how to do my savings, my this, my that, but I was able to gain things from that.
Yeah, I remember that one. That one was a really, really good one. And really just thinking about the reasons why, the psychology behind why we, use money and our different spending habits and all of that. She really went into that one. That was a great one. That was actually a really good one. Yeah. Okay. So I love that you are going to stay with Africana Woman.
You can't get rid of me, honey. I'm here.
Right? So, okay. So we need to do a draw, and I'm very excited to be able to do this draw. Now, do you listen to the podcast? I forgot to ask.
Oh, I listen. Oh, yeah. I listen. I've actually seen a few people in here that have been, I can see Concrete Pastures. I listened to the one with her. I've listened to so many, so many. Sometimes on my drive to work, I'll just put you on. And, I listen to many, many podcasts, especially since you did the whole, Zambian Z podcast, hub. I just pick one from there and listen, but I absolutely do listen to your stuff. There's some good stuff on there. So whoever hasn't yet listened, go and listen.
Every single day we are doing a giveaway. The giveaway is 1 hour with a therapist. Now, Yuna, just tell us a little bit about why you decided to give this giveaway and partner with us.
I wanted to partner with you because obviously, firstly, I believe in everything that you do. I love to also empower women, and I love to give back. You're always giving, and there was no hesitation when it came to partnering with you. But also, I think therapy is such an important thing that not everybody has had the chance to experience or to just get an insight to, whether it's just even mindfulness or talking to somebody. And I feel like a gift that everybody needs to be a part of, needs to have, needs to feel. So I'm excited about giving this away and just speaking to somebody who needs it.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I remember when I did, I think my first therapy, that was probably in university. And I was like, okay. And then later on, I came back to it. But I've always been going back and forth, when and if I need it. And I think it's something that I've found is, one, it's helpful because you can talk to somebody who is out of the situation. You know what I mean? Because there are times that, you've got, let's say, family or friends and everybody, you just don't feel like you can really connect with them. But when you can talk to like a stranger, it's like a stranger. It's like, it's much easier for the words to flow. You know what I mean? But I think, yeah. And then more than anything, my experience with therapy has been to get tools to deal with different things, you know? So, you know, I've experienced trauma. So dealing with triggers, you know, dealing with thought patterns, negative thought patterns, and, you know, trying to stop those, catch them before they actually spiral into something crazy, those type of things. So, you know, it gives you a lot of tools to be able to not get stuck in that, like, negative emotions and negative, like a negative space, but to be able to pull yourself out. But even if it's not pulling yourself, at least if you've made a plan of, okay, these are the people that I can actually talk to when I know I'm going into a certain space, you know what I mean? And you know that these people you can relate to them. So I think therapy really and truly saved my life. And I love that you are giving this a giveaway. And I'm so excited to be able to share it with one of the audience members. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Something. What you've said is so important. Like you said, you've come back and forth into therapy. Therapy is not something you have to be in all the time. You can gain what you need to gain from it, go away. When you feel like you need that space again, come back. It's a non-judgmental space. It's a safe space. It's a confidential space, but also gaining those tools. So many people, including myself at one point, didn't know these tools even existed. Patterns of relating, behaviors, reasons why we come to a certain space. Once you've gained those tools to begin with, you've got them. You've got those skills. You've got that insight for life. And going forward in a new circumstance, new situation, you can use those tools again. So I believe in therapy. I love therapy.
That's you and me both, girl. You and me both. So I am so excited to do this. Okay, as we are signing off, I just want to make sure that you know what to do. So when we sign off, I would love for you to share this post. So this video, share it and make sure that you tag me, Chulu by Design, tag Yuna, at EM Justice. So I think it's EM_Justice. Okay. And then we will know for sure that you were here, and we're going to put you in the draw and have the announcement in the next 30 minutes of who has won this particular prize. So I'm excited, and see you tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. We're talking to the beautiful Kapwaya, and she is from Dice Designs, and she is going to be giving away a jacket. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm entering.
Anyway. Right? So Yuna, okay, I guess one last thing, because I think people were kind of worried, like, does the therapy have to be in person?
No, so I do online therapy, so anybody can join, as long as you've got access to Zoom, a camera, a computer. If you're watching here today, I'm sure you have access to that. It's online, so you don't have to be in person. So good luck.
Okay,
and I look forward to seeing you, speaking with you.
Yes. Okay. Any last words, thoughts before we sign off?
I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for everyone that's joined. Thank you for everyone that's actually decided to enter this, because that means that you're seeking growth. You're willing to work on yourself, and you're putting yourself first. And that is the most important thing. Anyone that knows me will know that I adore myself. And that's not in a bad way. It's not a bad thing. I think we should all adore ourselves. So it tells me that you love yourself too, to put yourself here. And Chulu, I love you. Thank you so much. And congratulations with your 100 episodes. You're doing fantastic. And I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. I love you so much. Like, Yuna, every single day makes me laugh. Like, she puts a smile on my face every day. She says, I absolutely love you. I just want to honor you though. Okay. So just give me a second. So I love the mother that you are to Kadoli. I absolutely love watching you be, I'm going to get emotional. I love watching how much you just pour into her, and how much you love life itself. In everything that you do, you always go 100%. It's not like, a little percent. You're always 100% in everything. And it's so inspirational. You're so Your energy is so infectious and bubbly. And I just want to know that I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of the woman that you're becoming. And I absolutely love you with all my heart.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Yuna, what are you doing? Oh, thank you. That's really
okay. So guys, we're ending this. I'm going to take my juice.
That's really good. Thank you
end
so
this
much.
right here. This is my father's fault. She had me crying before this, so yeah, I'm in that zone.
Yuna, thank you so much. Those were very kind words, and yeah, I mean, thank you. I love that.
All right, see you. Bye.
Bye. Love you.
So Yuna spoke about 3 Africana Woman programs. The first one is Good Morning Beautiful, and this is a 7-day wellness challenge that invites you to reflect on how you are spending your time and how you can optimize your time to give you more joy and productivity. It is housed in a WhatsApp group. Every morning you're sent a journal prompt in the form of a voice note, and the group is able to share answers, feedback, or thoughts within the group. It is a very powerful exercise that I recommend you do as a personal cleanse. The second one she spoke about was the Africana Woman Visionaries Book Club. This is one of the most vibrant spaces of Africana Woman. The book club is housed on WhatsApp as well. So the first thing that happens is the group nominates books, and then a vote is cast to choose the book for the next month. Then we start reading a book on the first of the month, and we have a book review that is led by a member of the club in the last week of the month. The reviews are very relatable and so insightful. I think my favorite part of the book club is how it brings together women of different ages. And I'm talking about ranging from 20 to 50 something. You know what I mean? So it brings women of different ages, nationalities, backgrounds, which adds so much to the conversations. And it's such a beautiful space. You can join the book club by sending a message via email at africanawoman@gmail.com. Now, the third one she talked about was the Masterclasses. Every month, we invite a mentor to speak to the community about a topic ranging from personal development, wealth creation, or health. The masterclasses are for 1 hour, so 30 minutes presentation, 30 minutes Q&A, and it's held on the first Wednesday of the month. Anyone can attend the masterclass. Now, for AWV members, AWV means Africana Woman Visionaries members. This is a free event, but for non-members, you need to buy a ticket to attend. If you have any questions about how to be part of these programs, please reach out. You can catch me via email, africanawoman@gmail.com, or the website. There's so much more information on there, and that is www.africanawoman.com.